Welcome to the Kenyawanam Notam Movement, or KWM Deep Dive.
Hello.
Now, for those maybe just joining us, Wantam Notam is this really powerful Swahili phrase. It loosely translates to, we don't want anything, signifying a movement that, well, it stands firmly on principle, right? Prioritizing collective well-being over, say, personal gain or just empty promise.
Exactly. And today we're digging into a particularly impactful piece from the KWM website. It's an article titled "The Silence That Screams."
Yeah, it really jumps out at you.
It does. Published July 8th, 2025, it gives this critical and pretty urgent look at accountability, justice in Kenya.
Right.
And it anchors its message, its whole argument, really, to a very specific and undeniably tragic event.
So our mission today really is to unpack this article, understand the core issues it's raising about power, human rights, and also explore this call to action it puts out there for all Kenyans.
It's a very unified call to action, yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to try and extract the key insights, that deep emotional resonance from the piece. We want to help you understand not just what happened in this specific case,
Right.
but why the authors, writing for KWM, believe it matters so profoundly for, well, the future of Kenya.
It's positioned as more than just one story.
Definitely. It's presented as this stark reflection and a rallying cry. Okay, so let's unpack this.
Let's get into it.
The article, it starts by pulling us right into this really heartbreaking account. June 7th, 2025, Homa Bay County. It paints this incredibly vivid picture, almost cinematic, you know. Quiet family meal, suddenly just shattered.
Yeah.
Imagine this. 26-year-old Albert Ojwang, young man, middle of dinner, and suddenly 6 officers appear. They take him away.
And what's immediately striking, what the article really emphasizes, is the lack of due process.
Totally. No warrant, no official paperwork mentioned.
Nothing. And the alleged offense, a social media post apparently insulting someone powerful.
Which, I mean, the article frames it less like a formal arrest and more like an abduction, right? A forceful removal.
It does. It highlights this profound disregard for legal procedure right from the outset.
And what about the family's immediate reaction? The father.
Ah, yes. What's immediately captivating and just awful is the impact on Albert's father, Meshach Opio. The source gives this heartbreaking detail. Meshach, apparently still holding his unfinished food, desperately runs after the officers, pleading, asking why.
Just desperate for answers.
Exactly. But met with silence or just vague, dismissive responses. The article describes this initial journey, full of hope and questions, as Albert's taken away, eventually moved all the way to Nairobi.
It's not just about the arrest itself, then?
No, it's about the immediate dehumanization, the stripping away of dignity from Albert and from his family watching helplessly.
And Meshach's journey to find Albert.
Yeah.
That's where things take an even darker turn, according to the source.
That's right. After hours traveling through the night, Meshach gets to Nairobi's Central Police Station, early June 8th. Just driven by this need to find his son.
Understandable.
But what he finds there, the article suggests, is this tragically familiar pattern for families of detainees in Kenya: delays, conflicting stories.
Being given the runaround?
Pretty much, yeah. Stonewalled, shuttled from desk to desk, his pleas met with indifference.
And then?
Then at 10 a.m. that same morning, June 8th, just hours after he arrived, his worst fears are confirmed.
No.
A chaplain. Not a police officer, a chaplain delivers the news. Albert Ojwang was dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just devastating. And the official explanation?
Immediate. And according to the source, deeply troubling, the police claim Albert died from a head injury in an alleged suicide attempt while in custody.
Right, but the article highlights the father's reaction to that.
It does, meticulously. Meshach's profound disbelief. He talks about Albert's history of asthma and a specific plea Albert had made, telling his family, don't ever let them put me in a cramped space because of his breathing.
So the idea of him inflicting a head injury in a suicide attempt.
It just didn't add up for the father, especially given his fear of confined spaces. And the article goes further. It cites alleged signs of trauma on Albert's body. Things the family saw that, they say, directly contradicted the police story.
Okay, so a massive discrepancy right away.
Huge. Stark. And this instantly ignited outrage. It explains why prominent groups like Amnesty International, the Law Society of Kenya.
Respected organizations?
Exactly. Why they swiftly intervened, demanding a full, independent investigation, and specifically citing fears of evidence tampering.
Right. That fear must have been immediate. The article makes it clear that as this news spread, especially online, the public reaction was intense.
Palpable is the word they use, almost a physical force, yeah. Social media just flooded with demands for accountability. It became this like virtual town square for grief and anger.
And the involvement of human rights groups wasn't just routine.
No, the KWM piece suggests it highlighted this deep-seated concern, that this wasn't just some isolated, tragic incident. It suggests Albert's case tapped into a broader, pervasive fear among many Kenyans, a fear of unchecked police power, a justice system that feels manipulable.
So it really makes you wonder, how does a young man go from being alive with his family one night to dead in police custody the next morning?
Exactly.
And why did this particular tragedy resonate so deeply right across the country?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the article uses Albert's case as this chilling but very clear lens.
A lens for what?
To view what it describes as a systemic issue in Kenya. It's arguing it's not just about individual bad apples, but about the manipulation of the justice system itself.
By whom?
By powerful elites. Politicians, wealthy figures, who, the source alleges, kind of weaponize their influence to silence dissent.
And how does the article say they do that?
It talks about the mechanisms, how legal processes get bypassed, how certain people seem untouchable, how the very institutions meant to protect us can be, well, co-opted.
So it highlights this fear that just speaking out, even online,
can lead to severe consequences,
Yeah.
sometimes fatal, turning ordinary citizens into targets just for expressing a view.
And this is where the police role comes in, according to the source.
Precisely. The article suggests or posits that police sometimes act as direct enforcers for those in power. It effectively becoming tools to suppress public discussion, especially criticism of corruption or injustice.
So Albert's arrest over that social media post
Is presented as a tragic but familiar example of that pattern, regardless of what the post actually said.
Right.
The KWM authors make this powerful point. No offense, however minor, should ever justify the loss of a life.
It's about fundamental rights.
Exactly, the fundamental rights and safety of every Kenyan. It paints this picture where even a digital whisper speaking out online can have these incredibly grave consequences.
Which brings us back to that title, The Silence That Screams.
It's such a powerful metaphor. It reflects that core message. Ordinary people are often silenced, either by direct force or just by that chilling effect of fear.
The fear makes you stay quiet.
Right. For too long, the source argues, many have felt forced to accept injustice quietly. But Albert's tragedy, the brutality, the facts as presented, it's so stark, it becomes a scream that just can't be ignored.
It breaks the silence.
That's the argument, that this incident shattered that enforced silence, compelling this collective outcry. It's not just the family's scream anymore, it's presented as the scream of a collective conscience, finally breaking free, demanding that this fear of unchecked power be addressed, dismantled even.
Okay, so in the face of all this deep injustice, the KWM article doesn't just leave us there in despair.
No, it doesn't. It pivots powerfully from describing the problem to offering this robust, actionable call for unity and accountability.
And Meshach's plea, the father's plea, is central to that.
Very central. It's highlighted movingly. It's not just about justice for his son, Albert.
But
it's framed as a broader appeal. Albert's tragedy represents all those silenced, marginalized, wronged by what the article calls, quite bluntly, an oppressive system.
So the message is?
The time for silence is over, unequivocally past. That's the firm conviction in the article. It's a very direct, emotionally charged, but also hopeful pivot from lament to empowerment.
And how does it call for that unity?
Well, the KWM source issues this urgent call for solidarity, a powerful appeal for Kenyans everywhere to unite.
Across regions.
Yes, from Nairobi to Kisii, Homa Bay, every corner of the nation. It really emphasizes transcending those regional ethnic divides, standing as one people, demanding justice together.
It's a call for people to rise up.
To rise, yes, but not violently, with unified purpose, to hold power accountable. The article argues that individual voices, when they combine, when they're amplified collectively, they possess this undeniable force for change, to make sure tragedies like this don't happen again, and that justice becomes real for everyone.
And the article connects this directly to voting. to elections.
It does, yeah. It doesn't shy away from that. It shifts focus to the absolutely crucial role of the voter, especially as Kenya looks towards its next election.
But it acknowledges the cynicism people feel.
Oh, definitely. That familiar feeling that promises of change often ring hollow, that corrupt individuals keep getting back into power, seemingly immune.
Right.
The KWM authors directly challenge that idea that just ticking a box is enough if voters don't really grasp and then use their actual power.
It's a call for a more conscious voter.
A more discerning electorate, exactly.
So the fundamental question the article makes us ask is, how can voters really make a difference beyond just that one day?
Right, and the KWM pieces frown on this. Voters must reject those who protect criminals in uniform, corrupt politicians. Actively reject them.
And choose who instead?
Choose leaders who show a genuine commitment to serving the people. And critically, leaders who will ensure the police act as protectors of justice.
Not tools of oppression.
Exactly. Not instruments of oppression or personal vendettas. The authors believe every single vote should be seen as more than just a preference.
As what?
As a deliberate step towards a more accountable government where the people's collective power is recognized, where the rule of law actually prevails for everyone, and where the justice system is a shield for all citizens, not a sword for the powerful few.
The KWM article really emphasizes that Albert Ojwang's death, June 8th, 2025,
Yeah.
it can't be forgotten.
Must never be forgotten, yeah. His name, the source argues, should become this powerful rallying cry, a beacon for justice, for real change.
It encourages people to keep speaking out.
Passionately, keep speaking out, relentlessly demand answers, ensure Albin's death isn't just another statistic that fades away. Instead, his sacrifice must become a catalyst for concrete, systemic action. It's not just remembrance, it's a strategic call to turn tragedy into transformation for Kenya.
Wow. Well, this deep dive into the silence that screams from the Kenya Wantam Notam movement, it really offers an incredibly powerful and urgent perspective on citizen empowerment, on accountability. It shows how one tragic story can ignite this huge national conversation about deep-seated issues and maybe the path forward.
Absolutely.
And to learn more, to become an active part of this vital conversation, we really encourage you to visit www.wantamnotam.com.
That's WANTAMNOTAM.com. Go there, create your account, and start sharing your ideas. Your voice has real power.
Yeah.
And by contributing your insights, you can genuinely help change your village, your city, and ultimately the nation. Your engagement really is key.
So what does this all really mean for you, the listener, and for Kenya's future? This deep dive into the Kenya Wantam Notam movement's message, it underscores this fundamental belief that individual action, when it's amplified, when it's synchronized by collective unity, that's the absolute key to shaping a more just, more transparent, truly accountable future.
Yeah, the source is really clear on that.
It makes it resoundingly clear that the ultimate power isn't just with those in high office. It lies with the people themselves.
The power to demand a government that genuinely serves.
And upholds justice for absolutely everyone.
But, raises this essential, maybe provocative question that the KWM article implicitly asks us to think about.
Okay.
If true power really does reside with the voters, with the people, what practical, sustained steps can communities take? Steps beyond just casting that ballot on Election Day.
Steps to ensure their collective voice is consistently heard.
Consistently heard, meaningfully considered, and actually translated into lasting, transformative change for the nation. What do those ongoing mechanisms of engagement and oversight look like?
That's a really powerful thought to leave people with.
Something to mull over.
We really hope this deep dive has given you valuable insights from the silence that screams. And to become part of the movement, to contribute your own ideas, please visit www.wantamnotam.com.
Create your account, share your ideas, and help change your village, your city, and your nation. Thank you for listening to the Kenya Wantam Notam Movement, KWM, Deep Dive.